Okay, give thanks for life. We're back. Sorry for the delay. We're trying to fix Jennifer's microphone. She's having a hard time to get on. How are you, Mar?
I'm good, thank you. She was on just a second ago. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened to her microphone. Okay.
and that's it. No, I'm gonna start by telling you something. Something really, really nice happened last night, and a story I wanted to share with you in the world. Of course, I'm not talking alone here. I'm not talking to myself.
Okay.
So I tell the children the truth. The best thing you can do I always say it to, if you want to change the world, it starts by telling your children the truth. Me, I have a real life. I have children. I have 3 children, and they know everything. They know the truth and nothing but the truth. So now they go out and they open up. Like my daughter goes to the park with my son. Now they go every day to the park by themselves. It's the street behind. It's not a big deal. But that's it. And they open up to other kids. And last night at like 8 o'clock, she shows up here with one of her friends. And she's in the door and she's like, "Daddy, Daddy." She said, "Come here." I was just at the very moment she happened to walk in the door. I was creating that event that we're having now on YouTube. I was punching the TRU-MON show, the Ep.28, and she comes in the door and she said, "There's one of my friends here. He wants to know about the Earth." Now I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
okay. She puts me on the spot, so I have to.
Did you
Yeah,
teach them
yeah.
what you know?
Yeah, exact. But the boy was like 10-year-old, so it's a different approach than the same day yesterday. I went to see a friend, and there was 2 guys there, and I opened up to them too about the whole thing, the whole conspiracies and the chemtrails and all
Well,
this thing.
first we have to get
But
through through
the
the
boy,
mind of the adults because the adults are so closed-minded. I'm so baffled and so affected by how deeply in the matrix we are and how it is so unimaginable to even question our reality. How could such a thing be that humanity have lost its power to question its reality? And no matter what you say and what you do, it's just I was thinking to make a movie that there are all these zombies walking around and they're all like in a daze like this walking
yeah,
around,
but
and you go to them and say, look, hello, can you wake up? And it's like, oh, come on, I have to go
and we
home.
cannot, Mar, we can argue day and night to know who's behind all this. Like, we're gonna start tonight talking about the Atlantean conspiracy, the book of Eric Dubé, because I find it gives us really, there's a lot of stuff in that book. I'm not saying that everything is the truth, nothing but the truth, but there's a lot of truth. So we're gonna share it.
Okay,
But
well,
first, I want to tell you about the story of the little boy that came in the door.
yes.
The way I empowered him. Like, It's not like he said, "I want to know if the Earth is." He said, "Is the Earth flat?" So I said, the Earth is not flat like a piece of paper. I said it has mountains, it's multidimensional. So right there, he was like, okay. But I said the most important. I said it's not. Yeah, the shape of the Earth does matter because they stole your mind, they stole your money, they stole everything with that thing. But I think it's more an empowerment that you have to give to people if you're able to do it, if you're able to shine your light and pass on the empowerment, even if it's to children, because they're gonna grab it very fast. To any children, you take them outside and tell them to look at the sun, ask them if the sun goes around them or you go around the sun. It's very easy. Any children will tell you the truth. So we all know. So, but we just, I think we're born with some kind of amnesia, and we forget everything once we're. And the journey is just to remember all this. That what, because that's what you're saying. People are being so disconnected with what it is to be human these days that today the sky started, it was blue outside, and I posted stuff on Facebook. Not even an hour or two after, all kinds of planes started to come out and make lines near the sun, and to cover the sun, and after 2 hours there was a big halo sun. Like, this is not because of water vapor, it's because of the chemtrails. But people don't want to see it. They don't even want to look up. I'm getting pissed off at one point. It's rare that I use those Facebook icons to say angry or stuff, but I'm getting angry because nobody wants to talk about it. You know, you talk about all kinds of truth, all kinds of stuff, but there's certain stuff that, I don't know, they don't want to explore, or they don't want to talk about only a certain, like, I'm starting to know almost everybody on Facebook that talk about flat earth, because we're such a limited amount of people that are like, you know, Mar, what we say, what's the saying, the few, many are called, but the chosen are few. I'm starting to believe that, because what happened to us, like, for us to see it so easily, but for other people, they need like 200 proof, 400 proof to prove them that the earth is not a big spinning ball, but it's
No,
much more than just the shape.
That's not
Huh?
even enough. That's not even enough for people. I've sent those proofs to many people. They look at it and say, this is all junk. Whether this is no proof, this is all junk. It's like, what? It's just junk.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. But then also regarding children, I think I see the children also in the same gaze. I don't think children are really awake. Are you kidding? If you're living
No.
in your mom's womb and the mom is getting tons of medications, and then you come out with C-section, and then no one is doing anything, and right away you get either circumcised or vaccinated. How could you be?
Vaccinated.
And then as you're lying down in your cradle, you're playing with the planets and the sun in the cradle toy box. The conditioning is very, very deep at all levels. And I don't know. I just feel that this gelatin of mass hypnosis, it really needs heavy duty, nice, fierce love, fierce action. We have to just cut
Yeah.
through it somehow. We need to come out, because this is like regarding the chemtrails. Where is the uprising of humanity? I mean, if we were just mice living in laboratory and they were spraying us every day, by now all the mice would have gotten together and questioned, why are they spraying us? Poor mice. I mean, poor all the animals. What's going on this earth is really not good. That's why we had a very successful show today, you and I and Jennifer, and I thought maybe to give it more time, but then you had this pressing thing about reading the Atlantean conspiracy, and I want to translate that into Farsi. So go for it, man.
But I think it's important to just share the knowledge, and, you know, not everybody who would sit down and read stuff like that. Like, Eric starts the book with the presidential bloodlines, but there's stuff like that I didn't know before I read it myself. I did that old book on my Motivation Academy channel during the summer, going out at my chilling spot and making videos with it. But I think it's just, you know, that's about the truth, that show, that's about talking about the truth. And in there, if you look at the size of the book, there's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff. I put
yeah.
it all in little plastic. I highlighted all the major written stuff. So
Well, first of all, where can we order the book? From Eric Dubé's site?
yeah, you can
The
go on
Atlant-
Eric's AtlanteanConspiracy.com. He has it there. You
I
can
need to
print.
order it today because I want to translate it. So it's
Yeah,
important. I can't wait to hear some of the content,
yeah.
actually.
That's it. It's fascinating, the book. Me, I loved it. That's why I put it in all kinds of plastic. I must have read it 2, 3 times, and no,
Okay.
it's important to know what's going on in the world. You know, you want to wake up. You want to wake up. That's the journey of being human. It's to wake up. You know, like you said, not because you're children. That no, we're all asleep. We're all under a state of deep unconsciousness or normal unconsciousness. And until we wake up, nothing's gonna
Yeah, I was telling someone today, one of my clients actually, about not only that the Earth is geocentric, but also it's very, very connected. The dinosaurs, it's a hoax. The Darwinian theory is a hoax. Evolution is a hoax. And she was like, "Oh, okay, then go ahead and just say the whole life is a hoax, and nothing is real here." I was like, "Yeah, you see that type of conditioning. Once you start waking up and go deeper and deeper into this, you'll see, yes, almost everything that is set up in modern societies are a hoax." So,
Yeah, that's what I posted on Facebook the other day. Once you start unveiling layers after layers of truth, you realize at one point that everything is a lie. Everything is a lie from A to Z. It's all a bunch of lies. They lie to us on every level because they have to control us some way somehow, and they cannot control us by force. We're
yeah, they were.
outnumbering them by far. So
Yeah, they were even showing here that as if like Bernie Sanders went to Vatican to make a speech at Vatican, and then it started adoring the Pope for doing their. I mean, people don't even have any idea. So I was telling this woman, look, if Pope Francis
but
was really Pope Francis was really a good person, he would be giving trillions of tons of gold and the wealth of the Vatican to the poor people that he's saying he's standing for. He's
yeah,
just lecturing the middle class poor people to give to each other, but not the rich to the poor. It's like the depth of the conspiracy
yeah.
is
If
deep.
you get down and you quarrel every day, you're saying prayers to the devil. I say that's what Bob said. So yeah, for sure. If you go pray in the Vatican and all those churches, those Babylon churches, you're just giving them more energy. Energy that's they feed on that. They feed on spiritual energy. It's a spiritual warfare. We live in a spiritual warfare. It has nothing to do with anything but spirituality because once we wake up, that thing can melt overnight, that Babylon system, but we must wake up. So presidential bloodlines, did you know that all 44 US presidents have carried European royal bloodline into office?
Oh my God.
34 have been genetic descendant from just one person, Charlemagne, the brutal 8th century king of the Franks. 19 of them directly descended from King Edward III of England. In fact, the presidential candidate with the most royal gene has won every single American election. All politicians are fakers. They're all fakers. If you think they're there for are good and are protect us, and they're all in cahoots. If I may,
So that means even Obama is descendant from that king.
yeah.
What happened?
Obama, I have him somewhere here. Hold on. I have something.
Someone got married to an African American somewhere.
Yeah, but Obama, they're not even sure where he come from. So,
Exactly, because he could be just a complete setup too. Yeah.
and
Okay.
some people say that his wife would be a man and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff, but that I don't get into this so much. I
I
don't know.
got into
Possible,
it. It makes a lot of
possible,
sense. It makes a
possible.
because they are after homosexuality.
Yeah,
I mean, you see the advertisement of that in all Hollywood shows, so you never know.
yeah. If America declared its independence from the European monarchies in 1776, how is it possible that every single president has descended from European monarchs?
Wow.
If presidents are democratically elected, as we are told, what are the odds that we would always choose members of British and French royal bloodlines to lead us? It's always the same people.
Lead us into hell
Yeah,
too, not to lead us anywhere good.
yeah. The Americas have always been owned and governed by the same royal families of Britain and Europe. That conventional history states as being among those defeated during the wars of so-called independence. That's Michael Tessarian. He has a lot of good stuff, Michael Tessarian, astrotheology and sidereal mythology. Lots of good stuff, Michael Tessarian. If
I
we,
did. Yeah, him and Mark Pasillo. Those
yeah,
two have a lot of information for everyone.
not everybody will come out openly and talk about flat Earth, but there's a lot of truth out there. Everybody can share their own knowledge and their stuff. Like if it really is the land of the free, me I say it's the land of the free and the home of the slave. That's what it is, United States, the land of the free and the home of the slave.
Fear,
But it,
but then it's not just United States,
no,
it's
it's
also
everywhere.
Canada, is the entire European group together, and then they control every other country in the world. It's not, yeah, okay.
Anyway, if it really is the land of the free, and if, as is claimed, anyone really can become the president, you would fairly expect that the 43 presidents from George Washington to George W. Bush would express that genetic diversity. You're having a laugh. The president of the United States are as much a royal dynasty as anything in Europe, from whence their bloodlines came.
Oh
It's
my
all
God.
related to the royal monarchies, all of them, the Bush
And
family.
and this has been proven somehow too. I mean, how did they check all those bloodlines?
Yeah, look here, all 44 presidents share kinship belonging to the same general ancestry, often called the 13 Illuminati bloodline, the Merovingian line, and of the Windsor Bush bloodline. Like it goes deep, and that's why they interbreed with each other. Also, the royal families. There's no random thing in there. Why it's all in between each other.
Like interbreeding of these trolls that live in the dark world of non-conscious.
Yeah. Look, you were talking about Bush before. Bush is close. No, you were talking about Obama, but we have him here too.
Okay,
Bush
cool.
is closely related to the King of Albania and has kinship with every member of the British royal family in the House of Windsor. He is related to 20 British dukes, the 13th cousin of Britain Queen's mother, and of her daughter Queen Elizabeth. He is 13th cousin once removed from Prince Charles and has direct descent from King Henry III, Charles II, and Edward I of England. Though the House of Windsor and King Henry III, the Bush and Bill Clinton are genetically related as well.
Bush and the Clintons.
Yeah.
Well, this is very, very obvious that who the next president is going to become. It's already pre-elected.
But the election, that's another thing. People have thought that they have the power to choose, but they only elect. You don't select. They select the people that you want to elect. So it's all, the
Well,
cards are rigged.
it just looks like as if like you have a choice. They're pretending as if like you have a choice. It's a pretension that you're free. It's a pretension that this is the science. It's a pretension that you know these facts about our reality. It's all pretension. Patrix is true.
Oh,
Everyone, Patrix is true.
we live in a big, big illusion. It's a big illusion. That's what I was telling the kid last night. So you just have to see through the illusion. Once you see through the illusion, all this will become very, very clear, and it will not. Everything will make sense to me. That whole book makes sense because, for sure, like
I
who's to
can't
say?
wait to read the whole thing, man. Go
We're
for
gonna
it.
go through the politics a bit. There's a politics, new world order. There's a bit of stuff, but also there's a. We're gonna talk about the health hoax, the engineered AIDS, the chemtrails, the Al Qaeda, and all that stuff, and everything from Pearl Harbor, the Gulf
So,
of Tonkin, the
so
Vietnam
wait a
War.
minute. Did Eric Dubé write this?
Yeah, but he took most of. There's a lot of stuff in there that is from other books, other people, but he's adding his own stuff in it
So
also.
he added all this perfect information together in one
In one book,
collection.
in one
Very
big book,
good work.
everything is
Very
there.
good work. I
That's
mean,
why I want to read it. I want to read some parts more. Maybe it's gonna give the spark to some people to really read the whole thing. Like I'm not gonna read textually the whole thing, but we're gonna go through the big point. Like I said, I highlighted what's important.
yeah, beautiful. Go for it. And also I'm really, really getting it that Eric is he's an exposer. He's
Yeah.
exposing the deepest truth.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
respect Eric Dubé a lot, just like you, because first of all, Eric is not about making shows every day. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Like,
too much if we make shows every day
no,
for.
but he's not about distraction. He's about the truth, and he's being. But yesterday I watched his last video that he made about the flat Earth, and it was very, very well done. He's putting all together in about 30 minutes
Yeah,
video.
yeah, I saw that. And also all his artistic stuff are pretty
But I
amazing too.
go,
The guy is pretty artistic at many
yeah,
levels. So
and
let's
I
give him.
go, I went to check in the comment section below, and oh my. It's me. It's when okay, looking at the video on YouTube is one thing, but when I go check on people like Eric Bay and people that expose it really hardcore and they really have big numbers, so they're out there. People are scrolling down faster to those than my channel. My channel will not show up on top for sure.
Well,
Like,
he has done a heavy duty work, so that's awesome
yeah,
that many
but
people watch his channel. Yeah.
that's
Okay,
it.
can
So, but anyway, that's
read.
it. So anyway, I'm going to keep my reading. Never in
Yes.
the history of the United States have two presidential candidates been as well endowed with royal alliance. There has always been a significant royal factor in those who aspire to the White House, with Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, and Ronald Reagan, amongst others, all boasting blue blood links. Al Gore, a descendant of Edward I, he is also a cousin of former U.S. President Richard Nixon, who
Wow.
resigned from the White House in 1974 for his part in the Watergate scandal. However, Al Gore does have direct links to the Holy Roman Empire. He is descendant of Roman emperors Louis II, Charles II, and Louis I, and is therefore also a direct descendant of Charlemagne, the 8th century emperor. The problem is that Gore's Charlemagne links also make him a cousin of George W. Bush. They're all related. They're all related. And
Wow.
not related, it's related in royal bloodlines going back to centuries and centuries back.
That's why David Icke was calling this the blue blood or the aliens, but they don't have to be aliens.
Yeah,
They could be just people that are so separated from goodness. That's all.
yeah, by placing bloodline members on both sides of America, full political dichotomy, the old monarchs,
Dichotomy.
dichotomy, the old monarchs have guaranteed their right to throne under the guise of democratic election. That's the thing. The old monarch have guaranteed their rights to throne under the guise of democratic election. That's the whole purpose of having politics. You know, they're just puppets. It's not even them that. Like, it's very important here, by placing bloodline members on both sides of America's full political
Dichotomy.
dichotomy.
A Persian fixing a French. That's quite.
It's
Go
amazing
for
on
it.
YouTube too. That's amazing.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
So yeah, so the old monarchs have guaranteed their right to throne under the guise of democratic election. You know, back in 1996, we see the same tactic as Democrat Bill Clinton defeated Republican Bob Dole, his cousin. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Man.
Okay.
Clinton has 4 more royal blood than Dole and is directly descended from the same bloodline as the House of Windsor. Every Scottish monarch and King Robert I of France. This is why he was the Brotherhood's choice.
Wow.
No, not everybody will end up in those positions of power. You have to be part of those Brotherhood.
Well, that's why we also hear that Mark Zuckerman with Facebook is also the grandson of Rockefeller.
Yeah, and the royal, that's the thing. The royal, the royal families are. It's just The politics is just a facade for those people. It's just putting the strings from there. The British line goes back from Prince William and Harry through Prince Charles and Princess Diana to Queen Elizabeth II, King George VI and V, King Edward VII, Queen Victoria, King Edward III, II and First, and King George III, II and First. Then it passes through King James First, who ordered and financed the most widely read version of the Bible. Before James came Mary Stuart, King Henry III, II and First, King John, signer of the Magna Carta, and back to the Plantagenet and Habsburg dynasty under the Roman Empire. Other branches carried the bloodline to Scotland, Austria, Germany, Spain, Sweden, and even Mexico.
Even Mexico.
Even Mexico. It's yeah, that's terrible. They have the.
Well, it's kind of weird because in my first video that got a lot of attention, a Persian woman speaks. I didn't know about the flat earth then. I said, you know, I said something about white supremacy. And so many people called me a racist, you know, but when you really, really look at it, it is a white supremacy. It is a white supremacy of the world.
Yeah, that's what David Icke says here in Tales from Time Loop. David Icke, because they think they have this divine right to rule, because of their DNA. That's what they think. Like this divine right is simply the right to rule by DNA. We have a head of state in Britain that, to this day, who is only there because of her DNA, and the old freeloading hierarchy of the royal family is structured according to a person's DNA relationship to the king or queen. Like, what is royal rule by DNA if not outrageous racial and genetic elitism?
Oh my goodness.
New World Order. New World Order. That's interesting.
Yeah, read about the New World Order.
New World Order, because everybody hear about that, the Illuminati and all that stuff. So
not that many people believe in it, and even if they believe in it, once you bring the Pope in it, they don't think it's the truth. He's not a part of it, but he is.
Oh my God!
He is the top of it.
Vatican people are an integral part of that. That's what I posted today on Facebook. Is a song from Perfect Gizmani. It's on the way. As soon as possible, Vatican will fall. As soon as possible, please make them fall, Babylon. They are at the origin of the whole thing we have in this world. Is the Vatican, Rome, the United States, the Washington D.C.
So let's see what he says about it.
The Illuminati can be traced back thousands of years to Sumer, Babylon, Egypt, and still further into what we call prehistory. Through the centuries, they have been working constantly to centralize global power. I don't like that, David Icke, and complete their great work. Global dictatorship, but I forget the global. I don't know how to replace that. Plain dictatorship. Behind the apparent randomness of world event has been the Illuminati secret network that is private to knowledge the rest of the people never hear about. The network is controlled by ancient interbreeding bloodlines and their offshoots, headed today by some 13 elite families, which are structured in a DNA hierarchy. These include the Rothschild, Rockefeller, House of Lorraine, Habsburg, and the Thurn and Taxis dynasties from Bergamo. Like, they're terrible, those people. The bloodline agenda, their great work, which is nothing short of world domination, has exoterically been called the New World Order by many politicians and Masonic authors. The Old World Order was characterized by monarchies, countries with independent standing, armies, metals, and fiat currency. The New World Order will be characterized by one world government, open borders, a world army, world court, and a world cash and credit-based currency managed via microchips. That's a very, very important, because people are very blind to that whole thing. The other day I was online and I was checking something about the payment, what it's called, the Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Now people
Bitcoin.
are freaking out, about the Bitcoin like it's the future. All this is to withdraw slowly all the cash you have in your possession so that they have the entire control on your bank account and they can just get up one day, press a button and clear everything, bang, and create more fake money too. So
Well, pretty soon, yeah, in the West, it would be digital money all, and oh wow, even
yeah.
South America has been ruled that way. Then, huh? Okay.
The New World Order is not a conspiracy in the strictest sense of the term. It is an agenda. They have an agenda. If you don't see it, well, you've been dumbed down. Like we all been systematically dumbed down. Eh? If you don't recognize it, if you don't believe it, it's because you are.
Well, we have become blind.
Yes,
That's true.
blind. But
Yeah,
we also, like
and
I said,
deaf.
and we can argue day and night for who's behind all this, but it's us. It's us because it's us that are not waking up. We can blame them, blame them, blame them, but it's us. We have all the power. Once we recognize that we have that power and we're expressing it, it's game over, but we have to come out in numbers. We have to, first of all, that's what there's a guy that texts me before, AJ from Jamaica. He says, are you from Canada? I said, yeah, near Montreal. I said, I knew we had something in common beside the oneness. That was my message, beside the oneness, because we are one. But I knew we had something in common. I said his name cut me. I'm like, maybe from Quebec or something. So, yeah. So, but we are one. We have very, very important to recognize the fact that we are one. The oneness is at the center of my. It's not the new age thing, or
No,
many
that's
people
that's
would.
the that's the biggest deception, that we're separate from God. That's first. Then comes
Oh,
the
yeah.
flat earth. Then comes then comes evolution. Then it comes flat. Oh my God, it's
The
just on
biggest,
and on
the,
and
the
on.
biggest deception is that we have forgot who we are. We
Yeah.
have That's the biggest deception. Like the humanity has lost their way. First of all, we fight against each other. There's fuss and fight everywhere. Like people are creating wars and like okay, they stage the wars, but as far as I'm concerned, we enroll into the army and we take those guns and we kill each other. So stop using the sheep also to represent human because to me the sheep are much more intelligent than human. I'm
I
sorry, but
know. I
they don't
know.
kill each other. So what's the thing to always represent us as sheep? As sheep, I'm sorry, but I don't see the sheep killing each other.
Only with humanity completely out of order and out of touch with its God self, we can see cruelty the way we are seeing on Earth. What we do to each other, what is happening to children, and what's going on to all
Yeah,
the animals, the way they kill them. Oh my God, it's heart wrenching.
yeah,
How
it's a
do you say?
slaughter out there. It's a slaughter. It's like it's the world is in darkness. The world's in darkness, and the I don't know people.
Well, we have to see this, and also we have to remember that this is a small group of people, yet we are the majority, and the power is in our hands. And my brother would by no means will ever believe about the geocentric flat Earth, but he says. Always, he has said, whoever owns the space owns humanity, and that the only reason that they showed or pretended as if like they ever went to space is because that was a part of the dominance of the new world order also.
Yeah, also in the way for sure they're gonna portray them on top in space and everything because then it gives them a look down on us. Like they portray themselves as the great ones and the one that have all the answers when they're all to
And
me.
they show it like in a movie like Avatar, they show it, that there is another consciousness somewhere else, but the only people who can get to it are the high level military people, like the guy in Avatar was, like a
Yeah,
high level, just using this advanced technology to get to the other world. They make it look like it is hard to live in the world of bliss and beauty, and also they always show that they have already destroyed the earth in order to get there. So what does that mean? While they're looking at some other land beyond an Arctic, they're projecting that this one is going to go down to the dooms, and it's up to humanity to wake up and stop it from happening.
You know, that's it. Antarctica, there's stuff happening down there for sure. Down there, I say down there.
Pope was
I don't
just
want why I
there.
say down there. You see, that's the programming again, down there. Like
Well,
I think
yeah,
it's at the bottom of the globe. Like, but it's around us, around us.
yeah.
There's something happening there. Why are they using art or so art maybe to warm up Antarctica, like I said the other day, you know, to do
No,
some
it could
stuff
be.
there?
It could also be openings there that we have no idea. We have no
Exactly.
idea what's
Yeah,
down
there
there.
could be openings, and
The Pope was just there.
the Pope was there.
Yeah, the Pope just went to Vatican, sent people to Antarctic. I think it was Pope. Yeah, I heard
Oh
about it
yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Interesting. What are they doing there?
Some secret stuff no one
Yeah,
will ever know.
as usual. So anyway, so yeah, it is an agenda, the New World Order. The agenda is orchestrated by a power elite that thinks it has the divine right to come under total control of your life. But who are they? Who are the power elite? The UN, the EU, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, the Rockefellers, the Rothschild, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Club of Rome. The list goes on, and there have been many books written that cover the history of these groups and how they connect to each other. The agenda is at the ends no, the agenda is a worldwide consolidation and centralization of power into the hands of an all-encompassing world government. This system will evolve from the European Union, already in place, the American Union, derived from NAFTA, and the Asian Union. When these three models are in existence, they will be merged together to create the one world government. And that's what they're doing. They did it in Europe. You know, they all using the same money, the euro. Here, Canada, US, we're still using the Canadian dollar, using American dollar. But at one point, they will all merge together. Mexico, Canada, US. It's already started for many companies. There's a many trade done between Canada, US, and Mexico already for.
Well, I don't know. I hope that what I'm hearing on some other, like Benjamin Fulford, I don't know if you've ever heard of Benjamin Fulford.
No.
If you Google him, you will
Uh-huh.
see that there's a lot of information that he says that the world is changing because a lot of the military, high level military people have come together. They're connecting to the ancient families in China that have a lot of gold-based material, and
Oh,
they are.
where's the gold? That's another thing. And where's the
Well,
gold?
they say China has it, and China wants to come through and start a whole currency based on gold and shift it away from the Federal Reserve. And they are succeeding. It's like, okay, where is the succession? I don't see it. How come the chemtrails are still in the air?
Exact. That's my point. Is a lot of people get contented with small news like that, and they see, oh, the world is improving. No, it's not. It's in darkness big time. All these are just, to me, a stage of stuff just to make you think that the world is going to that they're doing something to help the world. They wanted you to think that, but I don't think so. Look, the chemtrails are still up there. And they're still going out with planes and painting the sky with chemicals. So what I'm supposed to do?
Well,
Just sit on my porch and do nothing and
and
expect the world to change?
how are we going to keep our sanity
How are we going to
within
keep our
within this
sanity? That's a good
insanity?
question.
The,
Because sometimes,
I have one. The only answer that helps me is that as long as I feel that I am God representation, and I'm here to bring in as much information and light as possible, and that nothing can affect me. None
that,
of this can affect me.
that's why we have to rise above the negative things. It's really important to rise above the negative things because if you let the system blow your mind, game over. They got you. They got you. And that's what they want. That's what their game is. It's a spiritual warfare to gain control over your mind. So if you let them win, if you let them, like, I've let them win over me for a few years in my life during between 30 and 40, but now I'm fully awake. So, but I'm awakening. I'm awakening. I'm not fully awake. I'm awakening.
Yeah, well, I feel it sometimes. I feel like,
But
oh my goodness, is this a prison? And
but
it's like,
yeah, sometimes
we have,
I
yeah, we have an illusion of freedom, yet at the same time, I feel that, and then I become claustrophobic, like
yeah
I can't breathe or
yeah
something.
same
But then
thing.
I have to break through it, knowing that I am God in person, and
Yeah.
I am multi potency. I'm completely full of power, and it's not just me as a person. Me, I am the principle of life on Earth. Is huge. We cannot lose our faith for sure.
No, that's it. Very, very important. But sometimes I feel like you, like I just look at the well and I'm like before the show tonight, I was like, I was a bit tired and I was not feeling the greatest to do a show or something like that. But I said, no, I have to do it. I have to, the people that are making this world worse are not taking days off. So why should we? Why? Like I'm never taking days off with that. It's a life work we have to do, and we've been chosen for this great work. So why should we just turn the page and pass to the next stage of our life? No, me and I'm gonna grow with that stuff, and it's very important to grow. Don't grow up; it's a trap. But grow in your consciousness. You
And
know,
also, rather than being warriors of bloody wars, we need to be the Jedi's.
yeah.
Interdimensional Jedi's, meaning that bringing in this type of information, know the secrets of the Temple of Doom, and at the same time know that we have plenty of power, like side by side together, you and I, Eric Dubé, all the 5 million flat earthers. I hope
Yeah,
it's 5 million
yeah.
or more. We're all together, and it's not just the flat earthers, are all the most amazing people who are making videos on the New World Order and exposing the pedophile rings and everything. These are all great people.
I have a
And
new friend on Facebook, Karen Bailey Moore, and she's really, really inspiring. And she has light inside the girl like fire. And I always share her post now, and that's what we were posted today. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. The battle is real. This world has forgotten love, creator and creations. You are destroying both the earth and other human. Spiritual warfare.
it is a spiritual
It's
warfare
a
for sure.
spiritual warfare. It's nothing else but a spiritual warfare. And the more you give them energy through their means of manipulation, like religion and media, and the media manipulation is wow. We're gonna get
Yeah.
to that in that book. We're gonna talk about media manipulation.
After all, these are just small men standing in front of huge, huge floodlights.
Yeah, exact.
And their pictures look really huge.
Yeah, there exists a semi-secret cabal bent on a one world government under the United Nations, world military through expansion of NATO, World Bank cashless currency, and a microchip population. The conspirators are a group of banksters, more not bankers, banksters is more
Banksters,
appropriate.
yeah.
Banksters, businessmen, politicians, media owners, personalities, Illuminati families, and secret society elites. They implement their power through the vehicle of Freemasonry, the Bilderberg Group, Bohemian Grove, Skull and Bones, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and the Committee of 300, to name just a few. Their agenda for world governance has been known to secret society elites and Illuminati families for centuries as the Great Works, though nowadays it is politically referred to as the New World Order. So they just, it's the same plan, same agenda that's been on for thousands of years. They just changed the name now.
Yeah, even in my country, they have that term, the New World Order, or the
Yeah,
whole world. It's called the whole world government.
And that's very interesting here because my friend the other day, like Lutan Faya, I have a friend on Facebook. He's a reggae singer, Lutan Faya, and he posted that picture here with the Queen Elizabeth on top and that pyramid that explained this debt slave at the bottom and the population and the resources, labor unit, world population control. It goes as a pyramid. So and I reposted it. I was happy that like I don't see very often those reggae singers and come out and really like they come out in their songs and everything, but on Facebook, I think they use it more for promotion and other stuff to promote their music. But when I see them come out with memes like that, and it's very interesting that like the world is waking up more and more, and they want to be part of it, just like because they are look, the reggae artists know what's going on. They might not know the whole extent of the whole Babylon thing. Like you have to do the research to know all this stuff
Maybe,
here we're going to
maybe,
talk
maybe
about.
if
It's
you if
massive.
maybe if they learn about all this, they can't sing anymore. That's sad.
No, I think they will just keep singing more. But I mean, also the population is in deep unconsciousness, so you have to get to them through a way of a medium. You have to use a medium to get to the population. So the music, to me, music can change the world for sure. And reggae music is something that probably can help greatly change the world. I really believe in it. Look, Bob Marley, what he did, and he's more popular now. But I mean, popular is one thing, but do people understood his message? I don't think so because look at the
Exactly.
world.
So we don't know if they can change the world. I mean, did Martin Luther King change the world? No. He made his print on it, in a
Exactly.
good way. But yeah. So
I think that's it.
some people say, I live my own spiritual life, and no one can affect my own world. No alter activities can affect my inner world. So I'm not affected by it. I should not mind what's going on in the world at all. And I don't
Yeah.
make that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, yeah, I mean, I have to create balance in my inner world, and at the same time it doesn't help if I just close my eyes to, because even the house that I live in, it's made because of that order. The water that I'm drinking is made with that order. The food that I'm eating, it's affected by the new world order. Everything, all the decisions about my air, my flights, my cars are made by the same. I mean, how could you say you're not? Well, some people say you just use whatever this world offers you, and you leave. You don't involve yourself with it, and that's the sign of spirituality. I don't know. I think that.
Yeah, but I think the general picture too is people think they want to know the truth. Everybody say, "Oh, I want to know the truth," but they don't want to know more than they need to live a happy bucks life and to just live in their box car, box phone, box house, box office, box this, box cereal, box this, and we live in a box. People don't move anymore. That's another thing. People don't move anymore. People don't exercise. They don't take care of their body. They don't take care of the temple. They just trash it. Like it's the greatest gift you've been given in life is your body. Take care of it. That's the first thing you have to do. That's the part of the first conspiracy we said. The first conspiracy on top is to have forgot who we were and to forget to take care of our own body, take care of our temple. You know, that if you want to have clear thoughts, you think you're gonna have clear thoughts by eating a pizza all week or hot dogs
Yeah,
or stuff like that. If
yeah.
certainly
Like in my first video, I talked about the long time ago, two years ago, that if we were at that point, I said a spaceship, but now I'll say home. If you're home, if you're living in a large, huge house, right, and
yeah,
you occupy one of the rooms, and you hear that the home is on fire, would you just sit down and just say, "Oh, it's okay. I'm just going to watch my video right now"? No, if you hear that the home is on fire, and this is about our Earth, a lot of it is on fire. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, look at all the people in the world that are under bombardments. I mean, I look at some pictures of Syria. Oh my God, what they have done to Syria before and after. It looks completely like a mundane hell left nothing. It's like they bombarded it into a nothing, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, you
And
think
they do
you're in
that to all
heaven,
the.
but you're living in hell.
Yeah, and then some people say, "Well, we never see that. Why should we be affected by that?" Oh my God! It's like humanity disconnected from itself, not knowing that we are all one. With suffering of one is the suffering of all.
Yeah,
And if we want to change that, we have to independently open up and free ourselves from this, and then hope that it would be the freedom for all.
but people are too at ease and too much in comfort. Like they don't want to stretch, they don't want to move out the comfort zone to discover more than they need to know to live their happy life and their little job. And
Oh, it's because of fear. Because
because
it's
of
so
fear, for sure.
they're scared. I mean, to if it's overwhelming. I mean,
Yeah,
besides from how you got traumatized in your family and how the teachers beat you up and and how you were being pushed around as a child or whatever. Now you have to deal that you don't even live on the planet, and you live with some people that are controlling your mind and body and everything, and you actually live in the matrix of control. Of
because
course, you don't want.
the lie is so huge, Mark. There's so much stuff involved, so much lies. Where the lies are widespread. It's terrible, terrible. So let me
Well,
keep on with the Illuminati structure can be symbolized as a web or as a pyramid in which the few at the top dictate to the many at the bottom. The many are kept in ignorance of what is really going on, and that's what I say all the time.
yeah.
That's what I told the kid last night. What I'm telling you tonight, okay, it's going to look very, very strange, but you are 10-year-old and I'm telling you that. The stuff I'm going to tell you tonight, the general population doesn't know, but they don't even know that they don't know.
Yeah, of course. You don't even know that you don't know. That's right.
Crazy. So that's why when you start exposing it to people, they look at you and it's like, because they never, like me, I never stopped questioning. I had a doubt about Babylon. I knew the whole thing was corrupt, the world was staged. But to know that it would lie on the shape of the earth. But once I started researching and scrutinizing everything and questioning everything, but yeah, they're gonna lie about the shape of the earth. It's the whole base of their old cosmogony bullshit. It's to enslave us with the mind. So it's a spiritual warfare. So for sure, they're gonna take all power, spiritual power, away from us,
And
which
even
is
and even deeper than that, we came from the monkeys. Let's
yeah,
say
yeah,
we
evolution. That's
we
another
came
thing.
from the donkeys, not
So crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the pyramid structure of secret societies is mirrored in government, banking, business, and every other organization and institution. Only the few at the top of the pyramid know the real agenda and what the organization is trying to achieve. The further you go down the pyramid, the more people are working for the organization, but the less they know about its real agenda. They are only aware of the individual job they do every day. They don't know their contribution, apparently innocent in isolation, connects with those of other employees in other areas of the company, government, or whatever. They are compartmentalized, and the only people who know how it all fits together are the very few sitting at the top, the bloodline families and their lackeys. The smaller pyramids, like the local branch of a bank, fit into bigger and bigger pyramids until eventually you have the pyramid that encompasses all of the banks. It is the same with the transnational corporations, political parties, secret societies, major empires, and the military. If you go high enough in this structure, all the transnational corporations like the oil cartel, major political parties, secret society, major empires, and the military, via NATO, for instance, are controlled by the same families who sit at the top, the biggest pyramid. In the end, there is a pyramid that includes all the others. At the capstone of this, you will find the most elite of the Illuminati, the purest of their bloodlines. In this way, they can coordinate through apparently unconnected, even opposing areas of society, the same policies. All roads lead eventually to them. All roads lead to the royal families, the Illuminati, the Rome. All road leads to Rome.
How could a small group like that could take over the whole world? How could they? I mean, that's still beyond my imagination.
Yeah, it's hard it's hard to encompass to wrap your head around.
Yeah, how could they? I mean, you know, let's
Because
say
we're
you and
asleep.
I came together and a few other people came together and they decided we're superior and let's take over the world. Taking over the world is not a joke. It's huge
It's huge.
agenda. You know what I mean? And to then put all of our efforts into everything that exists,
Yeah,
that's
but
something
we're
else.
giving them so much energy. We're giving them so much energy that it's becoming like that's why we need to awake. We need to wake up, and they want us to wake up. They're fed up, I believe, to play these games of cats and
No.
dogs, and they're fed up of that. I think they want us to wake up. Me. That's why I
Mm.
say have no fear. Speak your truth. Speak your mind. You're not the first one. You're not the only one. You know, I'll keep putting wood in the fire, and you stir it up. You know,
Yeah. So
so yeah, I think it's very, very important to stir up the soup and talk. Don't be afraid to come out and talk. Create shows, do on YouTube, even if it's just to raise your own consciousness. Your vibe attract your tribe, and you will like
you know, I also learned that they cut all the trees systematically. They cut all the trees, and now they're exploding the top of the mountains
yeah.
because there are these devices which are Tesla technology devices. They're called organites. You can actually make organites that kind of organizes your home and
No,
your
that's
energy, but then they have made the organized based on the way that that mountains are made. But these people are in destruction that deeply that they destroy the top of the mountains, you know, like in fracking and everything, because they're destroying these heavy duty structures of magnetic organites that the mountains are. We need the mountains. They have a very special function. The other thing, these old growth, very, very tall trees, all trees are like antennas that connect the ground into the ether. And it's the connection. It's like incredible, amazing antennas. And it's very important for people to be around the trees. Yet you see that they have cut down almost all the old growth of the world. And you know, it's like to cut anything that has to do with consciousness. That's huge.
a
That's
few
huge,
years
again.
ago, but a few years ago, when I was 19-year-old, 19, 20, 18, 19, I was for 2 years in Vancouver. And I went to British Columbia, yeah, Vancouver, and there's a lot of trees there. There was, because now they're doing cuts everywhere. And the Vancouver Island used to be very, very rich with the rainforest and stuff like that. And the day I was there, on the Vancouver Island, there was the band Midnight Oil was there to do a concert at 5 o'clock in the morning to block the road for the loggers, because we used to go there and block the road so the loggers don't pass with their truck. But they're doing deforestation everywhere. That's another
Everywhere.
indication that they want to destroy the earth. It's like if they would care, they would start to plant hemp all over. They would plant hemp to save the earth. Like I believe the come on, it's not
Well,
rocket
if
science.
if they're doing all this depopulation stuff, why would they want to save? They're not into taking. They're not the stewards of life. They're the agents of hell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, love. It has been an hour. So, do you want to go
No,
a
that's
little bit?
good. We can keep going another day, but it was just a beginning. The next day, next show, we'll talk about
I would like
maybe
to
a
hear
bit
what.
more of the Illuminati and the whole bondage, the mental bondage that we're in, and the
And
Big Brother
also, and
surveillance.
also, I want to hear the chemtrail portion of it. I want to see what he
Yeah.
says about the
Oh, the
chemtrails,
concentration camps, they're putting camps all over the United States. What
the
are
FEMA
these FEMA
camps.
camps? You
Well,
must you must see stuff more than me because you're in California. Like I'm sure you see Army truck. Do you see the U.S. Army often in the streets or stuff like
no,
that?
no, I haven't.
No, okay. Because some people tell me here that they see Army often and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, what is going on there? Because I don't watch TV too much. It's all bullshit anyway. It's all
Um,
lies.
Love, there's no difference between Canada and United States.
Okay,
They're the
okay.
same thing. It's
It's
the
all
same.
the same Babylon system all
Yeah,
over.
it's the same Babylon system. There's, yeah.
So
But
that's good. So like I said, I'll keep putting wood in the fire and you stir it up.
now
That's good.
this is really awesome. I loved it. I have got to read this book now all the way to the end.
Yeah, no,
And
I suggest everybody that want to know about conspiracies, about you want to match the dot, you want to match the dot of this old Babylon thing, the Atlantean conspiracy of Eric Dubé. I think it's
yeah,
covering
and
much.
I also wanted to recommend it to all of our friends. Please buy his book because
No, there's everything from flat earth to NWO to vaccination, chemtrails, uh, everything. Like here, one thing that's going to be very, very interesting in that book is the 9/11 numerology and symbology. The symbology and the numerology, they're very, very hard on that, the Brotherhood, to put
well,
symbols
they
everywhere.
were showing the symbology of
Yeah.
9/11 even in Back to Future.
Yeah,
Then
the submersive use of symbology in the media and everything. That's very good to look at it.
I saw this video that talked that had put all the pieces of the Hollywood movies together that
Yeah,
either have a flat earth in them, or there is a talk of the plane, or there is a firmament in them, or the ice. Oh my God, it was such an amazing video. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was really amazing. If
yeah,
you look, I mean, if you want to awaken, you can be awakened, but you just have to want it.
yeah. And we're all special. It's not only me. Me, I know I'm special. Me, I know I'm special. I know I'm
That's good to
special. But
hear.
we're all special. We're all special, and we all have a reason to be here. We all have a reason. We're not just a flake, dust in the universe. No, you have a reason to be here.
Well, the
Rise
flat
and
earth has
shine.
brought that to me. The flat earth has proved it to me that not only I cannot eat the tortured animals on this plane, but I'm also the steward of this plane, and I'm here to shift it.
You're here to shine your light just like me, the greatest time to be
Yes.
alive. So,
Yes, and thank you so much for your
yeah,
dedication, Yannick, as always.
it's always a pleasure. Always great
Yes.
vibes.
Thank you very much, and bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. We're out.
And please buy the book and support Eric Dubé.
Yeah, you can buy the hard copy. I think he has a hard copy, but you can also print the PDF for free. That's what I did. I printed it because I wanted to. I liked all kinds of stuff, and
Yeah,
so
where is the PDF?
attentionconspiracy.com.
Oh, it is right there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on his site. He has all his book there and everything.
Okay.
Like I
Beautiful.
don't think I'm promoting him because I'm in cahoot with him. I never spoke to Eric. I'm trying to get him on the show. I'm trying to get him on the TRU-MON show for several months, but it's hard. It's hard. He doesn't always have an internet connection. He tells me so. But as soon as I have a possibility to have Eric Dubé on the TRU-MON show, I will, and I'm not gonna give up until he comes. So.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're out. Bless up.
Bless up at all levels.
Rise and shine.